Welcome to the Real CP Show. I'm your host, CP. And today's topic, newer cars with no spare tires. That greed is something. That greed is something. When I was sitting there looking, relating to this and in generalness as a newer car vehicles and trucks and etc. come upon the market, the ones it's applies to, and even more becoming without any spare tires, even the donut tires, just coming with no tires of anything. And this is also present moment, right? Because there are newer vehicles right now, still 2024, right? That have no full size spare tire at all, and how many have no donut tires right now in 2024. And then when I was listening how what the irrationalization is, right, that more newer vehicles that will have no spare tire whatsoever, it's like this. I'm like looking at this like this. Boy, that greed is something. But I'm looking like 1 second. This is where I'm looking when I was sitting there reading about this, and I was like, so newer cars gonna come more with no tires whatsoever, not even donut tires. I'm like this. Right? It's like what? And it's like, or it's not as if the newer car prices are not going down. Do you think about how that sounds? Newer car prices are not going down. You determine by which pre-owned vehicles you I'm talking about the ones that don't have spare tires either. Those prices are really not going down either. But still no spare tires. Oh my goodness. Let me go ahead and play this first. Let me just go ahead and play this video.
If you're driving, it's something you never want to happen. The dreaded flat tire that leaves you on the side of the road.
In the past, if you had a flat, you could always count on having a spare in the trunk, but now that's not the case. Here's Pat Ford and Consumer Alert. Pat.
Thanks, Nathan and Michelle. Vehicles used to come with a full-size spare tire, but now many cars don't have one because the tires are too heavy and they're trying to make them more efficient by having a smaller tire, sometimes called a donut spare. But now, depending on the car you have, it may not have any spare tire at all. A flat tire often seems to happen at the worst time. Luz Placencia was driving to a spa appointment when she felt a thud.
Sure enough, I had a flat tire.
If it happens, the best advice is safety first.
In the event that you do get a flat tire, you should pull off the road as far as you can in a safe area.
Next, you'll want one of these, a Space Saver spare tire, also known as a donut. It's replaced the full-size spare in most passenger cars. With any luck, you might go years without needing to use one, but you shouldn't forget about it.
Spare tire expires just like your other 4 tires.
To check the age of your spare, look at the last 2 digits of the dot number on the sidewall that indicates the year the tire was manufactured. If it's older than 10 years, replace it. And a spare tire only works if it's properly inflated. Check your spare's pressure and condition when you check the pressure of your other tires, and fill if needed. When Placencia got a flat, she also got a surprise.
Unfortunately, my car doesn't come with a spare tire.
Now about 60% of new cars don't have a spare tire.
In an effort from the manufacturers to lower production costs and reduce weight for fuel economy, they're just leaving the spare tire out. So don't ever assume you just have a spare tire.
Instead, you may get an air compressor or a can of tire sealant that is supposed to patch a damaged tire and get you to a shop where it can be repaired or replaced. Some cars, mostly luxury models, come with run-flat tires that allow you to continue driving for about 80 kilometers at modest speeds, enough to get you home or to a service center for replacements.
You shouldn't be driving around on these tires or a patch tire, because that's not a permanent fix.
The other option is to call for a tow truck and have a new tire installed at an auto shop. And if you're not sure if your car has a spare, it might be a good time to check. And whether you have a spare tire or an inflator kit, you should also know how to use it so you'll be prepared if you get a flat tire. On your side.
So, according to this particular video, more than half the newer vehicles come without no spare tires. And these vehicles are not getting cheaper. And what should be logic? You get in a vehicle and you got personnel acting as if there are personnel who buy the vehicles, and there are ones who buy these newer vehicles and don't know that there's no spare tires at all. And you be like, what? An air compressor, what good's an air compressor, right? And some dark road or something like that, and you run over something and big old giant flat tire, or you in some type of daytime, right? Or evening time, whatever it might be. Ran into a pothole or something like that. What is that going to do? What is that going to do? Right? It's like the personnel is like insulting, right? Oh, people gonna pay a decent amount of money for these newer vehicles, but no spare tires. So, hey, man, no problem. I mean, we got a air compressor in the back a little bit. What is that gonna do anything, right? You run over a big old giant nail. An air compressor can't do a dang thing with that. Ain't y'all put that slime in the tire? What if you run over something again and that stuff's not gonna fill up that tire? That slime. And how many tire repair personnel can't stand that stuff, right? But regardless, you do what you do, I guess, if you can use it. But the point is, what if it's not going to work on that situation? Oh, well, we got to try to come up with more reduced ways or more better ways for more fuel economy and things like this. But the price ain't going down. Well, oh boy, these people are mad, right? So people are gonna pay newer car prices and still not get a spare tire. And then they put a little slick terminology in there. Well, those expensive, basically, those luxury brands. Oh, they got to come with those run flat tires. Okay, they still come with a limited amount of miles on those tires. What if they're going out of town somewhere, long roads and stuff like that? Right? I'm just giving an example. Not a long road, but those run flat tires. Well, that depends on what that person hits. Right? A pothole, they ain't gonna do too much. Right? They ain't gonna help those run flat tires. What if it's a gigantic type of screw or whatever it might be? Is that going to help out or run flat tires? but it's still expensive, and you still got to pay all that money for those vehicles. Well, that greed is something. I thank you for tuning in to the Real CP Show.